So for this episode of WebSight, I wanted to bring you something that you as a knitter would definitely benefit from. You might not have thought about it before. And if you are anyone who's ever had any sense of curiosity about, of course, I have all these books and patterns that somebody else has thought of. But what if you wanted to change some of that or think about it on your own? You need some of the tools to do that. And so this episode of WebSight is to bring you just that.
So if you will point your internet browser to theknittingsite.com, that is theknittingsite, SITE.com, we can get to that tool. There's a lot going on this site, but what I wanted to bring to your attention is under the Intarsia section, there's a drop down. Select the second option, Knitting Graph Paper. And knitting graph paper where you can design your own, but more importantly, where you can just let creativity fly. So here I want to show you, they have some European A4 sizes and then of course American letter size. So depending on where you are in the world, you can get the correct paper size. But if we go to the letter size knitting graph paper, the ratio 4 to 5, so that means ratio 40 stitches to 50 rows. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but the squares are a little wider than they are tall. Normal graph paper, if I could show you, is symmetrical, so it's a perfect square, and knitting stitches don't follow this. So if you were to fill out this your pattern on this, it's not going to visually represent as closely as if you were using a graph paper like this that does follow the orientation and shape and size of a knit stitch. So knit stitches, all knitting and purl stitches, they're all wider than they are taller. So this can be very helpful. Again, this is 40 stitches over 50 rows. If we go back, we can see a different ratio. So we'll go to the, well, that's the portrait. Go to the landscape. You can see the 20 stitches over 30 rows. So if you had a bulkier yarn or you wanted a more detailed section, you could use this. And then, of course, you would go back to the 40 over 50 if you wanted to see a larger picture of that. You can print this very easily. Just print. I keep a lot of these on hand for when I'm feeling very creative, and I hope that you use this to the best of your ability too, but make sure you get to theknittingsite.com and get your knitting graph paper.
I hope you enjoyed that episode of WebSight. If you yourself have a website that you have had a lot of help going to or use a lot, please visit the Man vs. Knitting website, manvsknitting.com, and let me know about it. And I'll be happy to look it over, and we might feature it here on this channel. All right, let's move on to our next section, LYS.